Hello everyone, my name is David Knickerbocker, and at the end of this month, July 2026, I'll be giving some really cool training with PACT. This is really special training, and it's really unusual training, because often in AI, everything is taught all together as kind of just this demo of how to build everything all at once, and you end up with just this kind of, what I like to say is a phone fax scanner from the 90s, where if one of the components breaks, the whole thing is kind of clunky. And I teach things a little bit differently. So my name is David Knickerbocker. I'm the CEO of a company called Verdant Intelligence. And I also have a really popular thing that I'm building called GrooveSeeker. And both of these things have their own graph RAG systems already. This is World AI. And they both have natural language endpoints. So at the end of this month, I'm going to do some really special training explaining how to use agents coupled with World AI via natural language endpoints. And I gave some training last week, and the topic of natural language endpoints came up. And people are not super duper familiar with what a natural language endpoint is. It's an API that you can ask a natural language question. So if the API, if you send it a prompt, what happened in Oregon today, then that natural language endpoint will receive the prompt, what happened in Oregon today, and it will convert it into, take my GraphRag from scratch training if you want to learn this workflow. I'm going to tell you on a video. It'll convert the natural language prompt into a data set, in short. So in this training, I'm going to show how to use agents with natural language endpoints and World AI in order to do investigations. Some of the work that I do is called open source intelligence. This is open source intelligence. But open source intelligence can be used for all kinds of cool and fun things, like GrooveSeeker. You know, GrooveSeeker has to do with music and events. So GrooveSeeker is this really amazing event intelligence, and it has its own graph RAG system. And I'm going to point agents at that, and I'm going to ask about cool things that are happening in the world, and I'm going to have the agents doing investigations using natural language endpoints. And those agents will serve me. They'll look for things that I want. Here's the deal. I envision the future where we're not all using the same platforms for agents. The one dependency is natural language endpoints. It doesn't matter where those natural language endpoints are. You could have your own API. It doesn't matter where those natural language endpoints are. This is called SOA, Service-Oriented Architecture. It's an old thing. Maybe that's why a lot of people don't know this. But APIs fall under SOA. And this is a way of using SOA design with agents, to where the GraphRag itself is infrastructure, and the knowledge graph behind it is the world. The way that I like to think about it is that the knowledge graph is the world, and the graph RAG interface is the interface to the world, and the agents, or the users, are the users of the world. That's how I split this up, and I'm going to teach this by those principles. By decoupling things in this way, it makes building software much simpler, because certain people can work on the infrastructure or the data, and other people can work on the interface, and other people can work on the agents. In this training, we're going to work on the agents. It's going to be an awesome class because it's not overcomplicated. They're going to have access to World AI, and they're going to make natural language calls, and they're going to do investigations for their users, and they're going to actually give answers. These agents aren't doing web search. They're going to be tapped into the heartbeat of the internet itself using Verdant technologies. This is going to be really cool and special training, and I hope to see you there. This is really neat stuff, and I'm really having a good time putting this together. So I hope to see all of you there. Have a great day. Bye. I'm David Knickerbocker, CEO of Verdant Intelligence. I also have a thing called GrooveSeeker, and the iPhone app just came out about 3 days ago. So if you are an iPhone user, get on your iPhone, go to the App Store, and download GrooveSeeker from the App Store today. And you can already begin to experience what some of these agents are going to start looking at. Have a great day.